It's come from the rock quarry. Look at the gold on it. See it?
Is that real gold?
That's real gold. See it?
That's not fool's gold.
That's
then.
not fool's gold. That's real gold.
Ah.
See, you tell the color in it and other.
How much
See?
would that be worth?
I don't know.
We ain't never tried to sell
Well, I ain't never tried to sell it. I just liked it.
That's $324. $324 an ounce.
He found that too in the riverbed.
What's that?
Some of it's gold and some of it's just is copper.
They all, yeah, but they all go in.
There's gold. There's still gold in these. There's still gold in what they say. There's gold.
You get hungry enough, you're going, like I said, you're going to find something.
There's still gold in these here, the hills.
It is right in the creek. You just got to dig around a little. Bust rock.
Yeah.
All I ask in this creation is a pretty little wife and a big plantation. Make my life as easy as could be. Way up yonder in the Cherokee Nation, sweetest spot in God's creation, waiting for a righteous man like me.
We got another full house this weekend.
Yep. Another full house.
You are now becoming like the white people. You can no longer live by hunting, but must work for your subsistence. Your great objective ought to be to hold your land separate among yourselves, as your white neighbors. Without this, you will find that you have to immigrate, or become extinct as a people. You see that the Great Spirit has made our form of society stronger than yours, and you must submit to adopt ours.
The Indians all stuck in a tribe. They all stuck together. And when they run the tribes off, they run all the Indians that part of that tribe, they run them all off. They went across these right out here, that's the Appalachian, the trail. They run them all across that trail. And there was a lot died. Did y'all go up there to the princess grave? That's where the Indian princess is buried.
No, we haven't been up there yet.
That's up at our range. All right, that's where she went across, and the tale is that the Indian princess, she died. Well, the brave, they said that they were lovers. He's buried on going towards Cleveland. He's got out there in the mound where he's buried at. It's one of the mounds. That's where the Indian brave is buried at, right there. And they said that they were lovers. They said he starved to death and she froze to death.
What does it mean to you, Myra, to have Indian blood?
You feel closer to nature. You feel like that, that outside, you appreciate the outside more, the nature. You just feel closer to it. You just feel like that you appreciate the sun, the air, the mountains, the season, the changing of the season. You just notice it more. I feel like that people that hadn't, you know, got part of the Indian in them, they don't appreciate your surroundings, your environment. I mean, you know, your environment, you just appreciate it more. My daddy and mama died this time of year in the fall, and it's just a sad time. It's a pretty time, but it's sad when you've got all of that, you know. Just a sad time to me.
At least I told her at least we get to sit and rest for a while.
Yeah, we
Ain't
did.
working.
This candy here is what we can't give to our grandyoungins, so we give it to the little ones here. We can't give it to our grandyoungins, so we come up here. We've been doing this every year. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
The kids, parents, they come up here because they know there's so much meanness going on in America now. That's it. They come up here and all the merchants gets together and give candy out to the kids and all because they can't go door to door no more because the people has got so mean. They don't trust nobody. They putting stuff in their candy, putting stuff in their apples. And that's the reason they started this up here. That's the reason we started it, because kids can't trick or treat no more. They're afraid to come to the door.
On the ring? That's me.
He almost went pretty cold.
Trick or treat. All right, trick or treat. Here you go, honey.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
My favorite video game we used to play when I was a kid.
Hello.
Going home, watch the ball game.
No, go ahead.
Oh, in about an hour.
Here you go, hon.
Okay, come on. Did you get your lunch? Trick or treat.
Feels like Chuck.
Yeah, it does. There you go, sweetie. There comes that little ball player.
Hello. Ambulance. My grandmother is on the old Cherokee rolls that the federal government took in late 1800s and 1900s. My great-grandfather is on those.
What was that?
The Cherokee rolls, that the census rolls that the federal government took when it was dispersing some settlement monies from claims made, I guess, for the lands that were seized from the Cherokee.
And Thomas gave you those?
Yeah, Thomas gave me
okay.
these. He gave them to me for our anniversary. And
How long have you been married?
11 years.
So how did you meet Thomas?
In court. He was getting a divorce and I was too. We was getting our divorces. He was getting his divorce, I was getting mine.
Well, that's an unusual place to
And
meet.
then he acquired 3 kids and I acquired 4.
How many guys?
His
How many
kids.
like in your bag?
see.
You ain't got the towels.
Yeah, we need to wipe down in there. They got soap and stuff. Get all the dirty towels, and then I got the trash. I put these up here. She got her stuff on the bed. We'll get her.
How many times has Thomas been married?
This is your third marriage. I'm your third wife. He's been married 3 times.
3 times.
I've been married. He's my second husband. I was married the first time 22 years.
How old were you when you first got married?
17.
That's young. Was he your first boyfriend?
Yep. Yep. And Thomas married his first wife was 15.
Is that legal?
Here it is. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, long time ago, my mama married when she was 13.
Yeah, I had a sister married when she was there.
Yeah, my daddy was 20.
Babe, you got that?
Huh?
You got that rag? I need that rag.
My mama was 13 years old when she started having all 12 of us.
So it's your great-great-grandfather was a Creek,
Yeah,
and you have a photograph of him.
I used to. I'm trying to find it, but I done a lot of historical facts about him because all this time that I'm not working, I done a lot of studying because I done a lot of collecting of artifacts that I go out in the woods and find them, arrowheads. I did find a weird looking spoon, they didn't use it for eating, they use it to play games with it. And it's very rare that someone found it. And I got that hidden in my home.
When we entered into treaties with our brothers the whites, your whole cry is more land. By what law you make this exorbitant demand of nearly all the lands we hold?
You looking for Shrek? If you have it, yeah. 3rd row down in the middle.
Yes, it.
3rd row down in the middle with the big box. Hello, Blue Lips.
Looking for Shrek. I just see it.
Well, don't step in front of someone and
We
don't
don't
reach
know.
it.
Go ahead.
The question of the hour is Shrek in?
Alright.
And that girl with the blue tongue is already at me. Is this trick or treat?
Oh, we're on video. That's good.
Yeah, Shrek.
Yeah. Tell her she's gonna have to pay me back.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Do you insure, sir?
No.
$4.
Hey, Mel, do you have final destination?
What, Lindsay?
Do you have final destination?
Now let me look. 4 out of 7.
I'm sorry.
Because if you have a blue tongue, you can't sign it.
Oh,
Blue tongue and a stick coming out of your mouth there.
he told you, didn't he? You better give me my dollar.
She put it in the Rainbow Children's
Oh,
House. A very
that's
good
all right.
place for your dollar.
So what does it mean to you to be Cherokee, part Cherokee? Do you think about it?
Not much. I've got so many other parts that are not Cherokee,
And what about the people who are in that association?
Well, I assume they're about like me in that they're aware of that heritage and proud of it, but it's not an everyday obsession type thing. I don't think, because we're mostly highly assimilated. Some have more blood than me. and some don't, I guess. But no, I don't think it's a constant thing that anyone thinks about. You know, I think we're more worried about preserving the history and the heritage as much as anything, because it's sort of this area is sort of a unique area in the history of the Cherokee. You know, this was probably the last straw that pushed the Cherokee to be removed.
It is the wish of the President that all of your people should remove, and he is unwilling that reservations of land should be made in the ceded territory.
We'll be home a little bit. We'll sit down and talk, okay? You gotta care, Terry. But Terry. I know, but listen, son, you've got to understand. We'll try to help you. Everybody, Terry, everybody ain't against you. You wanna come over here? Terry, calm down. You wanna come over here? Sometimes I know when things gets to bothering me, I find out if I get out and go to a creek where it's quiet and peaceful and look at the nature and enjoy it, Mother Nature, you know, I find out that helps me better than anything. And being at work, get my mind, but he's not able to do that, but he can get out and walk down to the creek, you know, and just find some kind of solitude somewhere. You know, he just sits there and he feels sorry for himself. And you can't feel sorry for yourself, because nobody is going to feel sorry for you. Not this day and time, in the world's in the condition it's in. You've got to help yourself. This medicine is running us over $100 a month. That anxiety medicine, it's over $100 a month. And then Thomas's medicine too. That's the reason he's depressed. He cannot get no help with his medicine. The government's, he's down on the government now. I heard him talking to her about, he's down on the government now.
When was he bad like this before? How long ago?
Last week. Every week he has his anxiety attack. He comes to our bedroom, he'll say, I'm dying, it's jumping out of my heart. And if we don't get up, he calls them, they come down, they come to my house. And
Who comes to the house?
Sheriff's Department.
Why?
He calls them. He says he needs somebody to talk to him. That we don't get up and talk to him at 4 o'clock in the morning. That he's dying. But we just can't do it. I have to get up and go to work. And he says I don't care, but I do care. I do care. I can't do nothing. See, a lot of people don't know that, and only Thomas knows, that I never did go to court with it, but I've got pictures of where he made pictures of my girls I got pictures. I never did do that in defense. I backed off from it because my girls wouldn't come to court. I backed off from it, and it had bothered me for the fact that they would never come forward. And he wouldn't either. All he told Apex was his daddy was abusive. That's all he said. That his daddy was abusive. I had no one, when it come forward, they wouldn't back me up. They wouldn't back up. You know, they wouldn't back it up. So it just, you do just let life goes on and just try to do the best you can.
You're not cutting any yards anymore, are you? You're not cutting any more grass, are you?
Oh, it's all dead.
Yeah.
Oh, my neck and no good.
Two drinks and two cookies.
Well, how about 3?
306. You want me to go get her?
She wants to say hi to you.
Oh, oh.
Yeah. See you later. Ashley, get away, baby. Come here. Jack's talking to you, Ash.
Y'all gonna give me a hug?
Give me a coat.
You better come give me a hug.
Give me a hug. Give me a chocolate kiss.
She's not gonna bite you.
Oh.
I'm not sure she does or not. Can I give you a hug?
A 2-scoop peach, please. A 2-scoop peach.
Okay. Cup or cone?
Cone, please.
Which cone?
Conventional.
All these choices. This one?
Here, how you do it? All right.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Cool.
When I grew up here in Lumpkin County, back in the dark ages, this was such an economically depressed county in the 50s and 60s that I'd say 98% of the people were in the same, pretty much the same economic status. Poor, a little less poor, not so poor. I'd say that, And then we had just a handful of well-off people. I mean, just a very small handful, because this was an economically depressed region. That's why the Appalachia and so forth, and we were as bad as any of them. And so we didn't have quite the spread, I guess you could say, in income, the contrast in income levels and so forth. So, and it's gradually changed now, you know, I think, where we have more well-off people, probably a little more in toward the middle, and there's a good amount of still poor people in Lumpkin County, people who are still poor.
America's a good place to live, but there's a lot going on that they're helping people that really don't need help, and there's a lot of people that needs help and they're not giving it to them. Like in our situation, they're not helping us. The state's not helping us at all. You're considered white trash if you live in a trailer park.
We don't feel like we that way.
No, we stay to ourselves. Yeah. We don't bother people.
And really, I don't judge nobody myself no way. You know, they just have to do what they have to do.
I don't judge nobody. Yeah. I believe that they want to do what they do. Yeah. But I don't believe there should be one set of rules for one person and a set of rules for another. I don't think that's right.
Do you think people consider you as white trash?
Yeah, because we live in trailer park.
Yeah, sometimes.
But I try to live a kind of life that people wouldn't look at us like that. A lot of people don't, but some people do because we live in a trailer park.
Won the lottery, you know, was a millionaire. I'd be the same person. I wouldn't try to be a millionaire. You know.
I try to help.
Yep. I'd live like, you know, I'm living now. I wouldn't be no different.
And I sure wouldn't. I try to help people that tries to help themselves.
Yep. If somebody's hungry, well, we do that now. If somebody's hungry, they come by and ask me for $1. I give it to them.
If I got it.
Yep. Yep.
And they consider these kids around here, they consider them rednecks. Well, ain't nothing to do in Dahlonega. For the young people, there's nothing to do in Dahlonega. There's no work up here in the mountains, up in the Appalachian, you know. They got kids up there that's starving. And I think that what they have in New York, I mean, that's a tragic about what happened. But they ought to be working here at home, too. Them little old young'uns on that Appalachian Trail up there, they're starving. Them kids don't have shoes to wear in the wintertime. And they helping all them, which is fine and good, but they need to be helping here, too.
Notch ever seen. We worked on it for hours because it was long hair and he didn't want to cut his hair off. Yeah. He said it felt good.
You too. Thank you. Have a good day.
Last night when we was coming through town, I come up here to bring y'all some hair dryers, okay? And I seen the lights flashing, and I said, what is that? And I seen the horse. He was just standing there with his little leg doing like this, and you could tell he was in a lot of pain. And so we come on back through town, and I said, I've got to find out what happened. He said, no, you don't need to go there, because I love all kind of animals. And when we went back through there, they had him on the ground then, the vet did, and they was giving him a shot. They put him to sleep. And I told Thomas if I had a lot of land, I'd put horses like that, because they put them out to pasture when they're no good. I'd put them in on some land, and I'd raise them, let them live the rest of their life. Because, you don't do little animals that way. And I bet I got 13 cats at the house that somebody has put out at one time or another. And we feed them. I go to the dollar store and buy that El Cheapo stuff, and I feed them. And if they hang there, they said he told me they wouldn't hang there if I hadn't feed them. But that was I couldn't even sleep last night. I was up all night thinking about that horse. And I finally got up and I called the sheriff's department. He said, ma'am, he died, so he's out of his misery. So the vet put him to sleep. But it was sad.
Aurora, when it was first, they discovered gold here, And so the first person that come here was like that store there. This person that run that store is a saloon in its heyday, okay? And the man that run it was a full-blooded Indian. His name was Pinckney Willis. Okay, I thought I wasn't gonna get it open. This is a map of this town. It was taken way back, and it was in town lots in its heyday. They said that there was so many people here you wouldn't believe. Rarey was full of people. They said at least 10,000 was here in its gold mining days, and said they would take and swap what gold they put on the end of a knife blade for a dram of whiskey. This was an old sawmill book, and this is what they done in their heyday in Aurora and the surrounding counties to make a living. That in moonshining. And so, but this was a sawmill book where they kept up with their lumber and stuff. Yeah. This is goldfish glue, catches everything but the bar.
It is forbidden for any Indian to dig for gold, which of right equally belongs to every other citizen of the state.
Hello, folks. Welcome to the Dahlonega Courthouse Gold Museum. I am Ben Parks, and I discovered gold in the North Georgia mountains in the 1820s. Georgia was one of the nation's first gold-producing areas. Enough gold was found here to warrant the construction of a branch of the United States Mint. The Dahlonega Mint made gold coins from 1838 to 1861.
The Indians were the first ones here in Georgia. They said that one white guy come out there and he panted for gold and he found gold. No, it wasn't true. It was one little boy, a little Cherokee Indian boy, went out in the woods, rushing a little pan gold, and he found that gold piece. And that's the thing. They having these gold rush days, and they thinking, there was a white man that done all this discovering all this gold. You know what? It was a little Cherokee boy, little Indian boy, done all the discovery. And a white man takes credit for that.
think about the fact that Dahlonega kind of has this tourist thing about the gold? Or do you think it's all too old to matter?
Yeah, I guess that's about it. It's, and I don't see any problem with making a buck off that heritage, if you can. I think it's more or less benign. I think in some cases it's probably bogus, but I've always said that the people who grew up here and lived here and experienced things, they know what they have their own. They have their history. They know what the history was. They don't need to be told what the history was. You know, I guess it's that way any place, but since we're being invaded by people moving in and so forth and so on, the native people feel even more so that we hold on to what is ours. And the outlanders can come in and dominate local government. They can come in and dominate local commerce, but there's one thing they can't take away, and that's our history and the way and our heritage.
One early cold morning, they got up, government come in there, forced them out. Children was getting sick in a cold January day in 1852. They forced them to make them leave at 3 o'clock in the morning. Dark, full moon, cold, snowing, make them get up and move. They walked the trails from Georgia up to Tennessee, all the way from Arkansas. Almost a 2,000-mile trip. They had to walk on their bare feet in a bristling cold. And they make them build them a land in Oklahoma. And a few years later after that, they make them move again to New Mexico. Some of them moved to North Dakota, South Dakota. And the children were coughing blood, sick, and women were carrying young unborns. They had no clothing, no shelter, no blankets or anything. They had to walk what they had on. It was just a little thin piece of clothing, what you can call them potato sacks, but really back then they was just rags, old rags. No shoes. And these guys on horses and these government walking on horses and with their guns on their backs, and they were so happy because they were selfish because of money, gold.
The United States have assigned to you a fertile and extensive country with a very fine climate adapted to your habits, and with all of the other natural advantages which you ought to desire or expect.
That looks like something from England, don't it? The old castles. Looks like England.
I think it looks a bit more like Transylvania.
Oh, Lord, Transylvania.
Let's put it in front.
See, that's got,
What do you do, the gold I painted yesterday?
That's up there. Okay.
Where?
Up there in that glass. Get it down and bring it down here.
That's pretty.
It's the gold I found in
Yeah,
Chesapeake.
it's up in that glass. He found some gold in the river.
They're down at Chesapeake.
Get it, hon. It's up in that glass.
It's up that little thing I put it up there.
Yeah, get it.
Oh, you give them time.
Put him back up, Daddy.
Huh, where's he at?
He's behind that couch.
Come here, boy.
Trying to get a hold.
Come here.
Go to Daddy. Go back to Daddy. I raised him when he fell out of a nest, and I raised him with a little bottle. We got up twice. Yeah, I got up at 2:30 every morning and 6 o'clock every morning and fed him till I got him up where he could eat.
I'm gonna vacuum that right there too.
All right.
I need to take the carpet cleaner hold of this again.
Daddy? She's not gonna hurt you. Sonner don't like the fur smell.
He doesn't, you know, because well, he goes to the bathroom in there. I need to clean him.
Yeah, I got some paper.
He goes to the bathroom in here, so
Get him my
he
old
gonna
shirt.
smell.
Get one of Terry's old shirts and put him on.
We agreed to surrender all the lands east of the Chattahoochee River. Further concessions cannot be made. We shall return to our friends and live there until you take possession of our country. Then shall we beg bread from the whites and live the life of vagabonds. We shall not touch a cent of money for our lands thus forced from our hands.
Yeah, so.
Hello? Uh-huh. Maribel Lies. You need anything to drink? You don't know, we need no, you got plenty of beer and stuff? Okay. All right. Bye-bye. One of my young'uns.
How are they?
Huh?
How are they?
He's wanting some cigarettes. Asked him if he wanted anything to drink, said no. Thomas! When you get time, Randy wants a pack of cigarettes. When you get time, Randy wants a pack of cigarettes. Well, he said any time. We can get them after a while.
Why doesn't Randy get them himself?
He's drinking. Told him he better not get on the road. Because he get on the road drinking, it's not good. Not only is he might have a wreck or hurt somebody or hurt himself, or the law sits right out here.
Does he live nearby?
Right down there.
This is Thomas's son.
No, he's just one of our sons that we adopted. We look after.
Oh, how many of those have you got, Myra?
Let's see, we got him, and we got two of them.
And how come you adopted them?
I don't know. We just always, we've always felt close to him, because, well, it's just like what we do up Halloween night. We give out candy, because our kids is not up here, so we look after them. and give them candy because we can't give out candy here. So we've been looking after him now for several years.
Well, how old is he?
He's 30, 35, 36 years old.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Not quite grown up then.
Yeah, he's grown up, but we have to look after him because he gets out there drinking, he gets caught, or he'll hurt somebody, and he's always been good to us, and we're good to him.
80 pounds. But that speed's one thing you can't coach.
Nope.
I would have liked to be fast for one day, Charles, just to see what it'd be like. You know, just one.
Just settle, get to the car and work on time.
No, I mean back when I was young. You know, just one day, just to see what it'd be like. Just be fast. Because I was always the opposite of fast.
That's why you play guard.
When I played center, I was center.
So you center?
Yeah. You don't need any speed at all to play center. If you play guard, you might have to pull.
Oh yeah. Yeah, right.
What did you play?
Left guard.
Takes place in the era between 1828, when gold was discovered in Lumpkin County, to 1950, just at the end of the golden age of radio and prior to the advent of television. Doc Johnson's traveling medicine show is set up on the square, and folks from every corner of the county have gathered to socialize and enjoy music provided by local pickers and singers.
Let's give a great big old Dahlonega welcome to Todd Glanson and Kenneth Thomas.
I drew a saber through her, which was a bloody night. I threw her into the river, which was a dreadful sight. My father often taught me that money would set you free. If I would murder that dear little girl whose name was Rose. Now he sits in his cabin door, wiping his tear-filled eyes, looking for his only son who's on the scaffold high. My race is run beneath that sun, that devil is waiting for me, for I did murder that dear little girl whose name was Rose Conley.
And now we invite you to take a quick 5-minute break. This is a short opportunity for you to stand up and stretch, but don't go far, because just ahead there's another hour chock full of live entertainment when the Dahlonega Mountain Music and Medicine Show continues. We'll be right back.
Come, little girl, let's go get married. I love so great, I can't stop me. I work for you, both legs hurt, and have my way, little wife with me. Oh, Willie dear, let's both consider we're both too young to be married now. But when we're married, we're bound together. Let's stay single just one more year. He went to the bar where she was dancing. A jealous thought came through his mind. He killed a girl and known her love.
I was taught a certain way. I was taught, there was 12 of us, I was taught to be a good wife and a good mother. When all that failed in my life, when all of that came to an end, and what I was taught to be a good wife and a good mother, and that fell apart. I didn't believe that. I didn't think that for a while. I didn't think, well, you be a good wife and a good mother. That was all took away from me. I just, I live to believe what my mom and daddy taught me and my grandmother taught me, because my grandmother practically raised us. And I believe what she taught me. And then when that fell apart, and that's the reason I don't believe in the system. They come in my house and took my kids, and the system did it. And the system did it.
A long time we travel on way to new land. People feel bad when they leave Old Nation. Women's cry and made sad wails. Children cry and many men cry. And all look sad when friends die. But they say nothing and just put heads down and keep on go towards west. Many days pass and people die very much.